Hello, this is Crystal Racing here with a video. Now, I'm not really sure, let me just pop. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm debating what should I really be giving out scores for sprint races because they're only, what, for a third race distance, and of course there was only 23 laps, and of course these sprint races feature no pit stops or sprint qualifying as you call it. But I'm going to do the order anyway, for those of you who are interested, because I am debating whether I should be adding scores here, because of course they do count towards the end of year driver rating scores, which of course I have still not released for last year because of the fact I just can't be asked to get around it, and the fact that most of my ratings for the drivers for last year are very similar to most other people's. And of course what happened towards the end of last year is that, of course, the whole Hamilton Verstappen final lap incident, and of course, which of course saw Michael Massey lose his job. And I didn't really want to put out ratings because it just felt like it was just bad timing. I'll do it when the time is right, maybe this month or next month for 2021, that is. And of course, I'll do mid-season rankings for this season as well. But starting off with Max Verstappen, your race winner, 10 out of 10. Got pole position, never was under threat at all, and frankly, it was a perfect job from Max, who it really does look like he is cruising to what is going to be quite an easy championship win with what's going on at Ferrari. Charles Leclerc, 9 out of 10, lost a place early on to Carlos Sainz, but then overtook him later on. Matteo Bonotto, you really need to sort out this issue with your two drivers fighting each other. You know, they clearly cost each other time today. And, you know, yes, I know technically Carlos Sainz is now in a championship fight, but Charles Leclerc is so much more clearly faster than him. And yet you're just letting the pair of them fight each other when, you know, Max is running away with the championship and Charles is down in third place. Come on, man. Carlos Sainz, 8.5 out of 10. I don't really blame him for the way he's driving because, to be honest, you know, when you're a team boss that just allows you to fight your teammate like that, even though you're clearly slower than your teammate, I mean, I don't blame him for fighting, but he's slower. He's clearly the slower driver, so it's 8.5 out of 10 for me for Carlos Sainz, 9.5 out of 10 for George Russell, who, of course, last weekend at Silverstone was the first time he failed to finish outside the top 5, but, of course, today he managed to finish in the top 5 again, as per usual. George Russell is insanely consistent. Yes, he was a bit fortunate that when he did crash out in qualifying yesterday, he'd already managed to set a time fast enough to qualify in the top 5 on the grid. And even though, yes, I know he didn't actually finish in the top 8 at Imola due to how bad the Mercedes was at that track. My God, it was out on the top 10 that day. Goodness me. Of course, George Russell did salvage a brilliant result in the race with 4th place, I think it was. Sergio Perez, 5th place, driver of the day for me, 10 out of 10. Started 13th because he infringed track limits, meaning he was not able to get into Q3. But nonetheless, it was a beautiful drive from Perez, gaining places so easily. 6th place, Esteban Ocon, 10 out of 10, outpaced Alonso. And yes, even though Alonso didn't get to race, Ocon did a fine job hanging on to 6th place and will be starting in a very promising position for tomorrow's race. 7th place, Kevin Magnussen. I'll give Kevin 9 out of 10 because he did a great job today, in my opinion. Lewis Hamilton, 7 out of 10. Yes, he was incredibly unlucky with the first lap incident between him and Gasly, but having said that, his pace was really average after that. And then, of course, because, of course, the top 8 get points in the sprint races compared to last year, where it was only the top 3. But so, as you want to know, 8 points for Verstappen, 7 for Leclerc, 6 for Sainz, 5 for Russell, 4 championship points for Perez, 3 championship points for Ocon, 2 championship points for Magnussen, and 1 championship point for Hamilton. Meaning, of course, Verstappen extends his championship lead yet again. This championship is not even that much of a toil for Max anymore. 9th place, first out of the points, Mick Schumacher, 7 out of 10. hung on to 8th place as long as he could, but inevitably Hamilton got him. Magnussen even tried to help him out by giving him DRS, but it didn't work because Schumacher's racecraft is still not good enough in my eyes. 10th place, Valtteri Bottas. Decent drive. Not much else to say. Very Valtteri Bottas-esque. Then the two McLarens, Norris and Ricciardo, 7.5 out of 10 for both drivers. Can't really do much else with how bad that car is this year. I mean, the only reason why they're in 4th place in the championship is because the likes of Alfa, Alpine, AlphaTauri aren't really better. And then, of course, 13th place, Lance Stroll, 7 out of 10, stayed out of trouble. 14th place, Guanyu Zhou, 7 out of 10, was forced to start the back due to some software glitch, but thankfully was able to restart the car. And having said that, 14th was about as good as it could get. 15th place, Pierre Gasly, 7 out of 10. Second week in a row, Pierre Gasly has collided with another car at the start of the race. Really concerning. Although I have to say, though, this time I don't really think it, once again, though, I don't really think it was that much of a huge blunder from Gasly, but, maybe he needs to start taking a bit more care at the start. So it's 7 out of 10 for me. Yes, I know I'm a Gasly fan, so it's a bit hard for me to have a go at him at times, but gotta give him benefit of the doubt. Alex Albon, 6.5 out of 10. I'm also a fan of this guy, but forcing Norris off the track and then turfing Vettel off the track later on was a bit ragged from him, and because of that he got a 5-second penalty. I'd have to say I can't really argue against his driving. Has been a bit rough recently, and having said that, though, he has been easily much faster than Nicholas Latifi, who, truth be told, we all know Kimi Raikkonen was standing in for Nicholas Latifi as a body double last weekend, because there's no way Latifi is that fast. No way. He's not that good, okay? It was definitely Kimi Raikkonen inside that car, wrapped up, wearing Nicholas Latifi's body as a bodysuit. 17th place, Lucky Tsunoda, 6 out of 10. Even when his teammate gets involved in the first corner incident, he still finishes behind him, but there's nothing else to say. Tsunoda, I just don't have much hope for him anymore. Nicholas Latifi, 6 out of 10. Boring, don't care. 19th, of course, had to retire, was Sebastian Vettel. Got taken out by Alex Albon, as you all know. But having said that, was he running that well beforehand? No, he wasn't. So, yeah. And, of course, Fernando Alonso does not get a score because his car couldn't start, meaning that it's completely wrong for me to give him a score. And, yeah, of course, I'll be doing a race review tomorrow. See you again next time. Over and out from Crystal Racing.